Hello there. I'm going to be installing a top to this wardrobe that I've been building. Here is the top. This is a piece of plywood. I've marked it and pre-drilled some holes, and on the reverse there are countersunk holes. Now this is a piece of oak veneered plywood. It's going to go into a pre-prepared slot that runs along top of the side panel here. This goes into here and it slots in just like that, and then it's going to screw to the back of this piece here. So if we're to look at this from afar, that is what we see. So there we go. Let's get cracking on how we're going to do this. Pop you back here, and we start with checking that this is square, which it is. And if I glue this in and then fix it and that's off square, this panel, which will hold it square, will be holding it in the wrong place. So it's very important that it's definitely square. Right, some adhesive. Wood adhesive. It's not glue, it's adhesive. Don't know why they call it glue, but there we go. My CDT teacher would be very cross. I'm just going to put a run of this on both sides of this groove, and a bit of excess in the bottom. And as this pushes in, it's then going to drag it down with it. Hopefully I'll take it down into the groove, we won't have much excess. I'm also going to put it on the back of this upright here, where the board will sit upon it. There we go. The other side, I'm not going to do anything over there. That I'm going to connect to the back at another time. So let's start by popping this in, as I did before. Now it's wet. There we go. We see a bit of seepage where it's come up. Right. I have my board, there's adhesive behind here, and you can see the holes where it needs to fix. I am going to just wind through some small brass coloured steel screws using a drill with a screwdriver bit. This is a posi drive. Try not to use an impact driver. Impact drivers are extremely noisy. They give hand-arm vibration risk, and your neighbours will hate you. Much better to use a standard drill. It's nice and quiet. It's totally controlled. It doesn't make any noise. There's no hand-arm vibration. It's perfectly adequate for the job, and your neighbours will absolutely love you. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to work my way. Didn't do all the others. Right, so what I found when I was doing the back of this wardrobe was that though this groove is a nice fit, it's not totally tight, and there is a risk that the glue or adhesive will gradually fail with time. So what we're going to do is just pop some nails, or tacks I suppose you might call them, into this to hold the back in place. This is obviously in addition to the adhesive. It's a bit of a tricky thing to do, because, well, firstly because I haven't got much space, but also because I'm going to be trying to put them in at an angle using a punch. just start that off. Okay, so that's gone through. I'm going to punch on there. There we go, I just sunk that below the surface a little, and it's now holding this panel, the top of the wardrobe, very tight to the bottom of the groove, which is nice because there's no gap inside, which is great. Bung this one through here. Just check these aren't long enough to go all the way through. That would be embarrassing. Oh, I think we're right. There we go. There we go. And yeah, these are going to be intervals. The head of my hammer can be the interval. That's absolutely fine. There we go. My punch. And very bright actually, isn't it? Let's see if we can dim you down a bit. It's challenging. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to work my way along and do the rest of those. But basically, that's it. That's how we're fixing the top of this wardrobe panel into position. So it's actually behind this piece. You can see. There we go. It's it's behind there, and yeah, it's running along in that groove to the end where we're going to have the back panel. And then there's actually a shelf that's going to go in where these two join, which is what that's all about. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope that was helpful, and subscribe if it's useful. Take care.